Hey, it's your professional sarcastic man and seeker of attention, Oz Chris, here with reviews on Justice League Odyssey number 4 and Uncanny X-Men number 8. So, we'll start with the best of the two. I'm just kidding. Justice League Odyssey. So, Cyborg versus Azrael to the death. Yes, there is a question mark because, spoiler, it isn't particularly to the death. So, from the previous issue, Cyborg discovers that he is a god in this ghost sector, referred to as the Machine. It's the Cyborg. Please come on, get your facts straight. So, Cyborg discovers he is also supposedly a god in the ghost sector as well, and they are taken to the machine world, machine worlds. There are multiple ones, but he's taken to one specific one to be tested on whether he is actually the machine, their god, or it's just another false prophet pretending to be him. So the Justice League Odyssey gets kidnapped by the, I believe it's the programmer. They're kidnapped by the programmer, and elsewhere, Darkseid is getting up to some mischief, and who he's getting up into mischief with, no, well, not really any mischief, but is Starfire's sister, Blackfire. She's introduced to this, and Darkseid is trying to get her help on the matter as well, saying that Tamarand was the last world hidden by the Kaluans, locked away so its secrets could never be revealed. Don't you want to know why? Trying to get her help is like, there's something about you people that you don't know. Do you want to find out? So while Darkseid does that, we're going back to the Machine as he finds himself in a coliseum. He must pretty much fight to the death with Azrael to test if he is actually the Machine. It works, and he gets their praise. He finally gets a whole lot of worshippers, and while Rapture, the one that's dressed up like old Azrael, arrives as well to help save the rest of the Justice League Odyssey and proclaim that he is a servant for he worships Azrael. So another good issue. Cover, definitely love the cover. Art, I always said I miss Sajik on the interiors, but definitely Philippe Brion's, yes, is the artist. Still does another good job. This is another good issue where Philippe is doing the art. Jeremy Cox as the colorist, great colorist on this as well. Definitely another good issue of Justice League Odyssey number 4 this time. So on to Uncanny X-Men. After a few issues of filler, we get something that slightly has something to do with the plot. So while Nate and the kids are trapped in the Age of Apocalypse, the rest of the X-Men are left to deal with the Horsemen, who haven't been released from their control, even though Nate is gone. And they're able to while everyone has them preoccupied. Bishop, Psylocke, and Jean try to figure out what's going on with Legion, what happened to Nate, what happened to the students. And look, remember that Kitty and Apocalypse had something to do with this story? Yes, they're actually back, and they're here to kind of do stuff. And we have something with Beast that doesn't matter. It probably doesn't matter to the overall story anyway. Much like Bishop's story has yet to be actually kind of touched upon, unless I'm forgetting something, but at least Jean's was slightly touched upon because it was Nate that was actually talking to her in that whole sub-story. Bishop's, nothing has come from his. But we get a reveal that Legion really didn't send Nate and accidentally the kids to the Age of Apocalypse. He's trapped him in the one place he thinks he can contain him, his own mind. So the whole hellish landscape that Nate and the students believe is the Age of Apocalypse is just a fake world inside of Legion's head, created by Legion in order to trap Nate. So Bishop goes in to try and save them and realizes, well, that it's not a good idea that Nate is here, and actually realizes he's not in his home reality. And I'll leave it there. This wasn't a bad issue either. Thank God it actually wasn't filler this time. But really, you could have kind of just removed Kitty and Apocalypse from the plot. Because that, despite the fact they come back, they don't really do anything. Apocalypse is just like, well, okay, so X-Men is trapped inside of Legion. I'm going to kill them all. And they're like, no, don't, because the students are in there, and we don't want Nate dead either. We don't want Legion dead either. So it's like, oh, well. So honestly, you could have just removed that, and it wouldn't have affected this issue. But, okay, cover. I do like the cover, but it's just, there's really nothing else to it. It's the art, the coloring is good on the cover, but I wish there was more to the cover. Art is still the same as always. Art isn't particularly that bad. Same with the coloring either. It's just mainly just the story is what I've been having a problem with. So that is it for issue number 8 of Uncanny X-Men, and that is it for these reviews. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.